That was probably the smoothest open we've had in a long time. I guess when you get back into practice, you get the ding, 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 ding down. Kind of reminds me of, have you ever seen those mats that they have for dogs where they can press a button that tells the owner what they want?
Yeah.
Yeah. I finally got the order down. Food, rest, play, pee, walk. I finally got it down in order. All right. Anyway, speaking of order, there's an order to things. Free picks today at Louisiana Downs. I think it's opening day down there. There's a link in the description on YouTube. Right there, you see it. Go ahead and click on that. Of course, when the show is over, right here at horseracingtoday.net, we'll post all of our picks as well as our thoughts. Our Benny and the bets. Terry's best bet will be right here. All you got to do is click on the link. You'll see a race replay, just like we did on Foreign Friday, and then all of our picks there afterwards. Of course, right over here is the HRT Gear button. One way to support the show, hit that HRT Gear. Come on over here. Get yourself some Horse Racing Today merchandise. Look great. Support us. We'd greatly appreciate that. And as the show moves on, hit that like button, hit the follow button, and hit us up in the comment section. Jerry, race number 1 today. It is going to be 5.5 furlongs. This is a maiden claiming $15,000 race. And as we like to do with maiden claiming races, or any maiden race for that matter, is we take a look at this speed number. Then we come on over here to our smart sheets and look to see which horses have actually hit that number, Terry. And what do we see?
Only the number 6 have equaled or exceeded the number, and the 2 came within 1 point of doing that.
Just fancy free. So when we have a bunch of first-time starters, as you see over here, 3 of them, you have 4 horses that have not finished within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line. These 3 have been close. You got a pilot, 2 pilots, and a co-pilot. Those have been their best races. We want to look over here at first-timers and second-timers, Terry, and what do we see?
Well, you can see that nobody's got to that 2.5, but the 3 and the 4 got 2.33 and 2.23, and then 2.27 for the 9. No back bullets that I see. And then second race ability, the 70 on, what is that, the 5 horse, and a 72 on the 8 horse.
Yes, sir. Looking for ability, if you want the best ability for jockey and trainer ability, where would you go?
That's the number 6 horse, has best jockey and trainer.
Yeah, it's the only yes horse in there as well. As far as the in-race advantages, the 8 could be your pace setter, Terry. The 5, a 6-point late pace advantage. Usually on Mondays, I don't know why, speed holds up. Tuesdays, the closers start to come into play. So you got speed, you got a closer, you got some second-time starters, you got some first-time starters. Terry, what do you got?
I've got the speed 8, Samantha's Capo. Finished 3rd versus similar in the only start, has a high percentage winning trainer. Then I like the 7, finished 3rd versus similar in the last race, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and Lasix is added. Then I like the 6, Rosie's Warrior. Drop some class today. Early speed running style will help chances. And I think the shorter distance will be a help. Best dirt speed is fast among today's starters. Then the 4 is my long shot debut runner. Sire wins 17% with first-time starters. Dam has produced 1 winner from 2 starters. Breeding fits sprint distance, and trainer wins 33% of the time with first-time starters. No additional bets for me here.
That's a nice number, 33%. I have Samantha's Capo, too. That horse has that second race upside. First-time Lasix with early speed. That trio could be the winning trio. Craving carbs, yes, indeed, particularly like cheesecake and brownies and chocolate chip cookies and all those type of carbs. It's a small class and drop in the second race after in its career as well. Number 3, Breeze Along Bell. That one is your top-rated first-timer. Again, everybody in that race, sans the 5, is a no or a maybe. And then Miss Betty T, that one is also the next best first-timer versus all knows one maybe. An interesting stat here, Terry, is Mama's first-time starters win at a whopping 40%. I think that's a pretty high rate. So yeah, it's one of those horses that if you can buy it through My Horse Pony or whatever it is called, My Racehorse, you want it just for the first race. After that, you can sell your shares. Can you sell your shares in Authentic if you want it, Terry, or no?
If somebody wants to buy them, but I guess I've never tried. But
is there a secondary market for that? I'm not sure.
I'm
Here
not
you
sure.
can see our thoughts for race number 2 for those of you who like to do the daily double. Terry, the daily double for us is to help support the show in another way. And what is it?
Well, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell so that you're notified about all the great programs coming up, like Foreign Friday that was on Friday of this week. And then go ahead and copy the link down at the bottom. Share it with everybody you know. They can come and check us out. And I know they'll like what they see. And go ahead and go to our social sites at Parx Racing today and give us a thumbs up and a like. And that's at X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky. And then go ahead and keep comments coming and any kind of pics during the show, as we like to see them. They help us out a lot.
Yes, indeed. We do appreciate the comments. And you see our social sites streaming down there below. Kindly take advantage of it. Who won the first race at Parx? Well, nobody's run. They haven't run yet. So as soon as they run, Sylvian, we will let you know. Right now, they are getting loaded into the gates, I think. So let's take a look at maybe some of the favorite right now is that 6-horse, Rosie's Warrior. That one is 8-5. Next up on the board is the 8-horse at 5-2. You have the 5-horse and the 2-horse at 6-1. Everybody else is in double digits. So if we look at our smart sheets, before the last few horses load, if you're looking for some simulation favorites, the 5-horse, right there, you get some good odds. Right now, instead of 4-1, the 5 is 6-1. The 1-horse, which is 10-1, Terry, in our simulation odds, 38-1. But the problem with that is the first-time starters and the second-time starters kind of throw things for a loop. How do I not have the only yes horse in this race, too? I don't know how. I don't have the only yes horse, which is your simulation, which is your only yes horse in the race. I don't know. Maybe I had a little too much Mountain Dew to start the day. Let's see. Nice sunny day there in Bensalem, Pennsylvania, and they're off and running. And if you back the 4-horse, your day's probably over already. Horse reared coming out of the gates as they make their way down the back stretch right now. It looks like you have I can't really tell, the 2 horses on the rail. It looks to me like it's definitely not the 4-horse. Those people got that wrong. Looks like the 3-horse, Breeze Along Bell, has jumped out to the lead. The 6-horse, the 1-1 favorite, sitting in a nice stalking second. 2-horse down on the rail, Just Fancy Free, the one that was a maybe, is doing pretty well there. It looks like that 6-horse at 1-1, the only yes horse. It's hard to believe I didn't have that in my picks. I don't know what the hell I was thinking there, Terry, but he's going to run away with this race, perhaps. Does look like you got that's a no-brainer. It's going to be the 6-horse, then the 8-horse, and maybe the 9. It's going to come up in the mix. Now the 5 is coming up in the mix there as well. So you got a 6-horse and a dominant win at 1-1. And then after that, you're going to have the 8, then the 5, then the 2, it looks like. So 6. So you got the yes horse. Then you got the 8, the 5 as your top simulation odds, your top total pace in there as well. There's your trifecta exactly, but not in the right order necessarily. You have the 6, the 8, and the 5, and I don't know for the life of me how in the world I didn't have the 6 in my picks. But maybe I thought it scratched.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's possible. Or maybe I just figured it would be 1-1 and didn't want it. I don't know. All right, race number 2. Hopefully, I don't miss the obvious in race number 2. Terry, $170. $170. The profile of a winner does favor stalkers. 1 out of 3 win on the lead, Terry. Inside horses are better than outside horses. So in race number 2, it's funny is on Thursday we were looking for outside speed and kept getting inside speed. Now we're back to looking for inside speed, and what do we get?
Most of them are on the outside, although the 1 does have pretty close to that 6 and the 7. I think it's anybody's guess on who gets to the quarter pole first.
Yeah, you do see everybody down here in our race shape. They all want to be middle forward. You have a couple pilots. The 1 and 7 can pilot or co-pilot. The 3 and 6 prefer to run off of the leader's tails. Looking at C-zone, sometimes, Terry, when you get a few, that are way ahead of everybody else in comfort zone measures how likely they are to get a race that looks like their best performances. Two of them, Terry, look like they can perform very well today.
Absolutely. That 5 gets a 92.25%, and the 4 gets a 70.466%, which is way ahead of the 50% threshold we like to see.
Yeah, sure looks like the 4 and 5, they're going to want to be out front. Looks like the 4 of those two is the most likely to be out there. Also has the top late pace. So you get to the lead, Terry, you keep the lead. Kind of hard to pass what you can't catch, but perhaps you might catch a better jockey trainer combo.
Well, the 3 has the best jockey and trainer, so it's the best jockey trainer combination.
Heat alert. Certainly none of that going around here. I know the Bears play on Sunday against the Los Angeles Rams. It's going to be 16 degrees, I think, game time, Terry. I don't know what the 49ers schedule is going to look like weather-wise up in Seattle, but I'm sure it'll be warmer than 16. The 1 horse is your simulation favorite, although the 1, the 4, the 6, and the 5 all pretty tightly packed over here. And we see the 1, the 4, and the 6 over here as the top 3. 5 almost in that mix. Terry, what is your mix in race number 2?
I like the 4, Earl of Dassel. Likes Parx Racing, finishing in the money 100% of the time and winning 17% of those starts at Parx. Can handle the distance, finishing the money 69% of the races and winning 19% of the starts. And then I like Game Time Gladiator, the 1. Won 2 races out of the last 4 starts. Rail Post is winning at a 19% clip. Has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then Rainy Skies, the 5, is my third choice. Ran second versus similar in the last race. Highest last race speed rating. Best start speed is fast among today's starters. And then number 3, Heat Alert. My long shot won the last race at Parx Racing. Has a high percentage winning trainer. I'm going to play the very first Don Johnson, Miami Vice, pick 4. I'm going to use the 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the 4, 6 with the 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the 1, 3, $50 ticket.
Better look out for that 7. I have in race number 2 for me. I'm going to start off with the 1 horse. Game Time Gladiator is the simulation favorite. Let me see here. Last time out, it did show better early pace. Better fractions, drops in class, along with just about everybody else except the 6 horse. Those are some usually pretty good combinations. After that, I like the 4 horse, Earl of Dassel. Terry did point out 6 races at Parx, 6 in the money finishes. The reason I didn't put this horse a little bit higher is because that first up record off the sidelines is a bit iffy. Number 5, Rainy Skies, moving up the speed ladder. Last time out showed some dynamic late pace. And then finally, I have the 6 horse, Get Like Mike. If that horse can run back to the November 11th effort at Parx, probably would be your winner, but really regressed badly late in its last race. So I'm wondering if perhaps Get Like Mike needs to get a little bit of rest before its next start. 1, 4, 5, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 4, 6, 4, 5, 6. I'm interesting here, Terry, that you went all here. I just about went all here. You went just about all there. I only went with 2 there. We have a completely kind of different view of the wide openness of either race.
Yeah.
On to race 3 we go. 10 races on this Monday morning. 1 mile. This is another one of those maiden races, Terry. It's going to be 1 trip around the track. And again, we're looking for 77 as that speed figure for horses in maiden races. In race number 3, do we get any?
Well, no, we didn't, but we did get one that got pretty close, the 1 horse within 2 points.
Yes, indeed. The 1 horse is within 2 points. Everybody else is a no. The 1 horse, as well as the 5 horse, are dropping in class, Terry. And you don't have to drop down very far to find the class for connections.
No, the 6 has the best jockey and trainer, so it's the best combination as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, Ranting and Raving, the new name for this show. You look at the race setup, the 5 horse wants to be on the lead. Everybody else middle back. The 2 not within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line. Getting to the front could be fruitful, Terry. And if the 5 does get to the front, looks like he might like it out there.
He sure will, because he's got a 91.15% C-zone number.
The 1 horse, though, looks like it's going to be your pace setter in there, Terry. Very strong likelihood. Also your simulation favorite, your top total pace favorite. Who's your favorite in race 3?
I like the number 4, Sunny Money to Love. Some Money to Love. Finished second last time against similar. top trainer and jockey combo. And then I like Renton Raven, the 6. Finished third versus similar in his last race. Finished second. Has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Then I like Moon Hallery, the 5, drops in class today. Highest last speed rating, has a trainer, wins 33% of the races in the first race at a route. And then Dreaming of Bella is my long shot, the 2, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Lasix has added. No bets for me in this race.
I have the 1 horse as my top choice here. Spoonbill. It's your simulation favorite on the lead as your top total pace, catching Lasix today for Spoonbill. Speed and Lasix. I love that combination. Some money to love. Ran a Z pattern in its last race. And real quick, Z pattern, we've gone through this a few times, but if you're new to the show, you'll see here 82 on the early pace, 69 in the middle, then up a little bit to 70. That's a lowercase Z, but still a little bit more pace down the stretch for a horse that's highly consistent. The next horse for me is number 5, Moon Hallery. Slight improvement from race to race to race. This horse is your biggest class dropper, as we noted down here, moving down 1 full length. And then finally, Dreaming of Bella. That is your 2 horse poised for a bounce back race in the 3rd career start after regressing in the 2nd race. So a lot of times when you're looking at horses, they come out of the barn, they run a really good, not a really good race, but a better race than they do in the 2nd race. So you see that speed figure there dropping a little bit from 60 to 64, from 64 to 60. A lot of times in that 3rd start, you'll see that number build off of this number. So don't be surprised to see a good effort today with Michael Sanchez in the irons. For me, in race number 3, no additional bets, which will take us to the 2nd of the pick 4s today. That starts in race number 4. This one's 6.5 furlongs, Terry. This does favor stalkers. Still a very healthy 35% of the horses go wire to wire. That in mind, do we have any prime wire to wire candidates in race 4?
Yeah, take a look at the 5. Has almost double the data number as anybody else in there. But if he has any problems at all, the 4 and 6 might get there.
Yeah, you got the 2. So maybe a pretty competitive start here. Although our race shape tells us that really nobody's lead dependent. A couple of left arrow horses potentially in here with the 6 horse, maybe, going into a stalker position. But it does look like 2 of them, Terry, stand out in terms of, yes, today's race is going to look like our best performances.
Yeah, the 2 and the 3, they're both pretty high. They're both way above the 50% threshold that we like to see on C-zones.
Speaking of that 2 horse, along with that very high number 1 C-zone, it's the only horse to improve 5 ways last time. Better early pace, mid pace, late pace, better fractions. That's always, not always, but many times that horse shows up in the winner's circle. The 4 showing a lot of improvement as well. You can't really improve much on the jockey, though, for the 4.
No, the 4's got the best jockey. The trainer is really between the 3 and the 5, but I actually think the 3 has the best jockey trainer combination.
Yeah, perhaps he does. 6 horse, last time out, last race speed figure, 11 points better than everybody else. It's an even money simulation favorite, Terry. Also our top total pace horse. Does the 6 take home the prize in race 4, Terry?
Well, I like the number 5 over the 6. Don't listen. Has won her last 2 races in a row and goes for a hat trick. Has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then I like the 6. Put the crazy away. Finished the money in 6 straight races, including a recent 2nd. Drops in class. Trainer and jockey have high win rates. And I like number 4, the 3rd choice. In the money in 2 of the last 3 starts with a win. Drops in class today. Trainer wins 24% of the races for first time after claiming a horse. And then misspent the 3. Finished the money in 8 out of the last 10 races, winning 3 of those. Has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. That's my long shot. I'm going to play the 2nd Miami Vice. Don Johnson picked 4, 3, 4, 5, 6 with 1, 3, with the 4, 6, 7, 10 with the 2, 3, 4, $48 ticket.
Yeah, I have the 6 horse. Put the crazy away. That's probably going to be my grandkids when Grandpa's rambling on in the kitchen. But anyway, top last race speed figure, 11 points better than everybody else. Has to regress a lot versus this short field. It is your simulation favorite. Top total pace, lone class dropper in there. I have Put the Crazy Away at the top of my ticket. Then I have the 4-horse Princess Calamo. Track dropper. This guy runs pretty well off the bench. And track dropper meaning coming in from Churchill Downs or a tier 1 track. Next up for me, Don't Listen, the 5-horse. Likely pace setter that does win when it's involved early. And then I have the 3-horse Misspent. My pick 4, I'm going to go 4-6 with the 4-5-6, with the 3-4-7-10, with the 1, 2, 5, and 6. That is a $48 ticket. And then I think it's going to be difficult for these other horses to overcome that big last race speed figure edge for the 6-horse. Put the Crazy Away. But it is a 5-horse field, Terry. And in 5-horse fields, you're supposed to go with the longest shot on the board. You'll see that if you look at our show on how to win horse racing contests with Stephen Fielder. Just search for it in our YouTube channel, and you'll get a lot of great information if playing contests is your thing. Terry, we're going to go on to the last race of the first half of the card. That's race number 5. This one is 1 mile and 70 yards. It'll be the second time we run 1 mile and 70 yards. And what you're looking for at $1.70 again, our stalkers, 33% of the time you get the first call. You get the first call into the winner's circle as well. Inside horses do better than outside horses. Once again, Terry, are we looking for that magical inside speed? And we get it in the middle.
Yeah, that's true. The 4 and the 6, and they could go head to head to that quarter pole.
Although the 4-horse does have a 6-point early pace edge, so the 4-horse should ease out to the lead, maybe as much as a length ahead of everybody else. And if we look down here once again, we see most of these horses want to be middle back. The 4-horse then becomes a left arrow-ish horse, Terry. Strongest C-zone, but not necessarily a strong C-zone.
Yes, 47.25%. So it's below the 50% threshold we like, but it's much higher than anybody else in there.
And we see a Sesame Street horse in here too, that 1-horse. It's that pressure closer type. And we're going to be adding a new category once our new smart sheets roll out for horses that can win with any running style. But that lone Sesame Street horse, Terry, they do fairly well ordinarily. It looks like he does well on the jockey, but perhaps not as well as another.
Yeah, the 5 has a little bit better data than that 1-horse, but the 3 has the best trainer data, but the 5, I think, is the best trainer combination, trainer-jockey combination.
Yeah, the 5 also showing better early pace, better mid-pace, better late pace. Showed a 4-point last race speed figure edge, although the 6-horse in here, Terry, Tojo's Mojo, a 9-point total pace. So if you add the early pace and you add the late pace, that one should win by about 2 lengths, Terry. And what do you think happens in race number 5?
Well, I'll tell you what. In this race here, I'm going to go with the number 1 horse, and it's my pick of the day, and it's the 4th day in a row I'm trying to win. If you'd bet what I suggested last Thursday, you would have collected for a $100 bet $288. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Encrypt. Finished in the money in 8 out of 10 races, winning 2 of those. Rail Post winning at an 18% clip. Has a high percentage winning jockey. I love horses that are very competitive like this. And I like Riley's Rockstar, the 3. He likes Parx Racing, finishing the money 67% of the time here, and won 17% of those starts. Likes the distance, spending the money at today's distance 58% of the time with 17% of the wins. And then More Than a Feeling, the 4 drops in class today. Best start speed is fast among today's starters. Has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 20% of the claim races he has a horse running in. And then Union Perfection, the 2 is a long shot, can either lead or come from off the pace to win a race. Has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then I'm going to bet 20 to win on the 1, a $10 exacta box 1-3, a $10 exacta 1 over the 2-3-4-6, and then a $3 exacta box 1-3-4. That's it.
Interesting. I don't have the 3 Riley's Rockstar in my picks at all. And the 1-horse is my 4th pick. So Terry is definitely going to get 4 in a row today. I have the 6-horse, which is funny because you don't have the 6-horse. What's going on? But it is that top total pace, 9 points better than everybody. A little left arrow action, should be closer to the action early on than usual. Then I have the 5-horse Regal Pains, top last race speed figure. That one, 4 points better than everybody else. Does tend to put together good efforts, but sometimes a little bit of a regression off a peak number. Then the Boston horse, More Than a Feeling. Top C zone, should be out front with that 6-point early pace edge. And then Terry's best bet, Encrypt. Last time out, that horse regressed badly. Was a tough call for me over the 2-horse, but Michael Sanchez was the difference, so the horse will need a rebound to get Terry to his 4th best bet win in a row. Make sure you're tagging that, Terry. And the best way to make sure you don't miss Terry's best bet tomorrow at Parx, there's really only one thing to do.
Yeah, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It doesn't cost you anything. Really easy to do and helps us out a lot. Go ahead and hit the bell so you're notified about all the programs about 30 minutes before they come up. And then go ahead and copy the link at the bottom and share it with everybody you know. They can come and check us out. Go to our social sites at Parx Racing, the number 2 day, and give us a thumbs up and a like at X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Blue Skies. And keep the comments coming as we like to see them. We like to see your picks. It really helps us out.
Yes, indeed. Any interactivity does boost our search engine scores. The higher up the search engines we go, the more likely other folks looking for horse racing content will find us. 5.5 furlongs, Terry, is what we'll find for race number 6 as we open up the second half of the card. Early speed does great 50% of the time. You get the lead and you never give up the lead. Bo's Bourbon gets a big-time rail bonus. After that, 2 through 3 are fair, 4 and out discount. But outside's a little bit better than inside. So maybe in race number 6, if we have some Buffalo speed, we'll be all right. But for once, it matches the profile.
That's right. The one that's got the most speed in here, actually almost double the speed of anything else in here.
Yes, and you have over here, look at this, all the speed up in here, Terry. This could favor horses that want to come off the pace. You got the 3. The only one, the 5, is not finished within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. Again, here we got 2 horses, Terry, that should get excellent races if they can get out front.
Yeah, that 6 and 7 both have pretty decent C zones, especially the 7 at 70%.
Yeah, a lot of these horses showing that they can hit par. A 81 speed figure is the average winning speed figure under the conditions in there, Terry. So in these open races, we like to look for some potential value. And do you find any?
Well, you can take a look at that one. It's a little bit of value, 9 to 1 to 10 to 1. The 3 goes from 5 to 2 to a nice 8 to 1. And the 10 is from about 7 to 2 to 6 to 1.
Not bad at all. The 10 also your top par plus horse. So we do 1,000 simulations where we craftfully, using our special sauce, proprietary, how many times this horse will broke that 70 or that 81 speed figure in our simulations? 406 out of 1,000 times. Partsy managed to hit that score. Also, last time out, 5-point speed figure edge over everybody else. That's Andrew Beyer. He says 3 points is the number you want. 3 horses, your simulation favorite. Your 10 horses, your top total pace. Terry, who's your top pick to kick off the second half of today's card?
I like the 4 Golden Candy. Trainer wins 32% of the races after claiming a horse owns the top today's top speed figure at today's distance. Fastest third speed is fastest among today's starters. And then Magic the Moonlight. Magician. No.
Magic in the Moonlight.
Yeah, Magic in the Moonlight. Anyway, number 6, likes Parx Racing, been in the money 50% of the time, winning 25% of the starts, and at today's distance, 75% of the time in the money, and 25% of the starts he's won. And then I like 7, Power Agenda, finished the money in 5 out of 6 starts, last 6 starts, and won one of the races, can go the distance. And then 10, Partsy, finished in the money in the last 4 starts, winning the last race, has a high percentage winning trainer. No additional bets for me here.
Got to go back to race number 5 real quick because our good friend Christopher D'Souza, he just loves to challenge Terry on the best bets. Terry's on the 1. Christopher D'Souza on the 5. 50 to win on the 5 Regal plans with that top last race speed figure edge. It's got the 4, 6, and 3 in his exacta boxes. Good luck to both of you. He doesn't have the 1 at all. I'd love it. All right. For me, the 6 horse in race 6, I'm going to go with the 10 horse. Partsy as my number 1 choice. Top last race speed figure, a handful of points better than everybody else. The top total pace, those combinations usually do all right. Then I have the 4 horse Golden Candy, Solid Works prepping. This is 5.5 furlongs. These short sprints, the best distance by far. Up after that is the 7 Power Agenda. Better early pace in its last. And of these horses, maybe the most consistent. And then I have the 3 horse, Warrior Ted. It is our simulation favorite. Does need to rebound off of its last race. If it doesn't rebound, I suspect you'll see that horse move to the sidelines. I have a $5 exact key box to 10, over the 3, over the 4, over the 6, and over the 7 for my Benny and the Bets Bucks. Race number 2, Terry. Yeah, we still have enough time. Let's just race through race number 7. It is the last of the pick 4s today. That race is going to go 7 furlongs in race number 7. So there's got to be some form of cryptic code in that, Terry. Just pick the 7 horse and you're on your way. 7 furlongs to get to the winner's circle. The way is early speed, 38% of the time on the lead. Very strong inside 3 bias, Terry. So in race number 7, as we look for an inside 3 speed, we find absolutamente nada.
No, it's all the outside. The 6 and the 8 have the best 2 numbers here. So
we'll highlight quick some of the big numbers in here. The 1 horse, Fight Fiercely, 13-point last race speed figure edge, does have the simulation favorite as well as a 1 length total pace edge in there, Terry. Where does he look jockey trainer wise?
The 2 has the best jockey, 8 best trainer, but the 8 actually has the best trainer jockey combination.
Yeah, 3 horses have hit par, the 1, the 2, and the 6. Our race shape, a little bit favoring horses that can get forward. So maybe the 6 or the 8, both of which have a little left arrow action in them. Only 2 horses with C zones above 50%, Terry.
That's right. You can take a look at that 1 and the 3, and they're both above 50% in the 60% area.
Yeah, so a little bit above that. All right, Terry, to kick off the late pick 4, what you got?
Okay, I like Fluff the Pillow, the 4, finishing the money in 4 races out of the last 5 starts, has an early foot, so the shorter distance will be a plus. Jackson Road, the 3, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Second choice, my third choice is the 2, drops in class today. Best start speed is fastest among today's starters, has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Awesome Warrior, the 5, won his last race at Parx Racing and could go the distance. I'm going to play the last Miami Vice Don Johnson pick 4, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the 2, 4, 6 with the 1, 5 with the 4, 5, 10, 12, $48 ticket.
In race 6, Christopher D'Souza liking the 7 with the 10 and the 3 in his exacta box. In race number 7, I'm going to go with Fight Fiercely, 10-1, one of the longest shots on the board to get the day started. Top last race speed figure, a lot, 13 more than everybody else. Top total pace, 6 points. That's a lot more than everybody else. I think actually adding some distance today helps him maybe more than everybody else. So a lot of everybody else's for Fight Fiercely. Praetorian Guard, that's the 2 horse. That's the second pick for me. It is a class dropper. And unlike the 1 that's getting more distance, the 2 might benefit from getting less distance. Number 5, Awesome Warrior. Moving up the speed ladder. And along with that, does have some more upside. So maybe you will see that trend continue. And then finally, the 6 horse Mission First could be your pace setter. This is the second start off the claim for the trainer who hits at a nice 29% with that angle. My pick 4 is the 1, 2, 5, and 6 with the 2, 5, with the 1, 3, 5. And then from there, I'm going to go with the 4, the 7, the 10, and the 11 for my last of the pick 4s. And hopefully we can bring home a couple of those today in race number 2, Terry. Right now, we're looking at the wrong number. Let's go race number 2. The 1 horse, your simulation favorite. Game Time Gladiator is your 6-5 favorite. So coming down in odds a little bit there. We have it at 2-1. So a little bit of an overpriced horse underlay, if you will. The 4 horse is 3-1. You're getting 6-1. So there's a little bit of value there. 6 horses, 7-1, some value there as well. The 5 horses also 2-1, so no value in that one. 3 is 9-2 versus 12-1. Everybody else kind of off the board. So it looks like the 3 and the 6 horse, the 4 and the 6 horse are your 2 value horses as your $1 exacta box for $2. And if it hits, you probably have a nice little profit. Looks like they're just waiting for the 6 and the 7 to load, Terry, and then they'll be off and running in race number 2. Yes, that's what's happening. Here are our pick 4s in case you haven't put it in there yet. And they're all set. And it looks like they're all ready to go. Just waiting for the starter to press. No, looks like yep, they're off and running. All right. They're off and running. And it's a pretty competitive start. The one horse, the gray, down on the rail, keeping the 4 and the 6 and the 7 to task. The horse that really didn't break where it wanted to break, perhaps, is the 5 horse. That one with that strong C-zone. You know, an ironic thing about that, Terry, a lot of times, too, I've noticed, those horses that have that strong C-zone and typically want to go forward but don't, when others do, they tend to run well off the pace. Let's see if that's the case today. Yeah. Game Time Gladiator, the even money favorite, ran an opening quarter in 23.34 seconds. Behind Game Time Gladiator, you have the 4 and the 6 horse at the moment. They make their way down the backstretch. Doesn't look like the one's working all that hard. The 3 horse has moved into second, down on the rail, saved plenty of ground. And the 5 horse, that one horse I mentioned, they usually want to see him break sharp. Strong C-zone. They did slow it down to 47.77 seconds. So very slow second quarter. 48 being the opening half. Not all that fast. 3 horses trying to make its way down the rail. Is moving pretty nicely. Nice stride for the 3. The 6 horse, the jockey's out on that. Don't know that he's going to be able to make up ground. In fact, giving up the spot to the 5, who has moved up on the outside. Going to be tough to go 3 wide and make your way to the winner's circle from there. You got the pair of grays out in the front. The one horse just now being asked for a little bit more. So in the opening 2 races, dominating wins for the horses that got to the front. The one horse in this time, Gladiator, coming home like a Game Time Gladiator. Just a really nice pat. Then the 3. Then the 4, then the 5. So 1, 3, 4, and 5. Terry with the superfecta. I had the winning horse on top. Should have just went 2 or 1 in that opening leg of our pick 4 step.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, it always works out then. Race number 8, we advance to our final 3 races of the day. In the 8th race, Terry, what we're looking at is mile and 70 yards. Again, mile and 70 yards does tend to favor horses that get forward. Still, you see a bunch, 33% win on the lead. And so far today, 2 wire-to-wire winners, Terry. So in race number 8, if we're going to get another one, who might that be?
Well, take a look at the 2, has a 40% data number, followed up by that 6, and then the 3.
Yeah, and also a 7-point early pace edge in that one as well. So the 2 should be on the lead. At the end of the race, the 5 horse has a 2-length late speed advantage. Terry, our race shape shows us over here the 2 horse is really more of a co-pilot type. So he's not lead dependent. If you're looking for horses that should do well in this 5 horse field, what do you got?
The 2 and the 5 both are above that 50% threshold. They should be fairly comfortable in here.
Yeah, it looks like the 2 should get a comfortable ride as well.
Yeah, I got a best jockey, the 2 does. The 6 has the best trainer, according to the data. But I think the 5 is the best trainer-jockey combination.
Okay, so a little bit of a connection, lack of clarity. Looking for maybe a little bit more clarity on odds. Really only 1 overlay.
Yeah, that's at 5. It's 2-1 to 9-2.
2 horse, excuse me. You're the one, is the one with a 3-point last race speed figure edge. The 5 horse is your sim favorite, barely over these other horses here. If you're going to do the Stephen Fielder angle, that looks like it's going to be the 3, Beautiful Crazy Girl. Yes. You ever seen that Beautiful Crazy scale? If you haven't, look it up. It's kind of funny. The 2 horse has a top last race speed figure, 6 points better than everybody else. So big speed edge, not big total pace edge. Should be out on the lead, Terry, or does the 5 run the 2 horse down?
No, I like the 2. You're the 1, finished in the money in the last 9 starts, winning 3 of those. Has a high percentage winning trainer jockey, can handle the distance. Dancing on My Own is the 6 horse, is my second choice. Likes Parx Racing, finished in the money 63% of the time, winning 25% of the starts. At today's distance, been in the money 75% of the time. And then the 4, So Fully Sue, is my third choice, won the last race. Early speed running style helps chances. And then Dr. Abby, that 5 that you were talking about, drops in class today as a trainer, wins 28% of the route races. and then has a high percentage winning jockey. I have no more bets because I have no more money.
Okay. I see that. I have the You're the One Girl as my top choice in this race right there. That's the top last race speed figure, top total pace, pace setter. And if speed holds up like it has early on today, look out. Race number 5, Dr. Abby, my next choice. Biggest in-race edge, 11-point late speed edge, top C zone, and really in this field shouldn't be all that far off the pace. Then the 6-horse Dancing on My Own. In the money, 8 out of 9 at the distance, Terry. The only question for me is the first off the bench. Horse has been, yeah. And then Beautiful Crazy Girl. That is the longest shot. Why not take a Beautiful Crazy Girl? It's the longest shot in a 5-horse field. And if it does come through, Stephen Fielder will be a Beautiful Crazy contest advisor. Race number 9 begins the late daily double, Terry. Before we move on to the late daily double, just a reminder that tomorrow Terry and I will do Parx again. And then on Wednesday, we're going to do Tampa Bay Downs. On Thursday, we'll do Gulfstream Park. On Friday, somewhere either in England or back to Hong Kong for Thomas and I. To make sure you know if it's Hong Kong or England, to make sure you get to see Terry's best bet again tomorrow, what do we do?
Well, everybody needs to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit the bell so you know about things like Porn Fridays, and then copy the link, share it with your neighbors, relatives, everybody you know. And then go ahead and go to our social sites at Horse Racing, the number 2 day. Give us a thumbs up and a like at, X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Blue Skies. And then go ahead and keep these comments coming like Christopher D'Souza is doing today, as we like to see them. We like to see your picks. It really helps us out.
Yeah, we absolutely love the interactivity. So engage if you have not. Race number 9, 6.5 furlongs. 6.5 furlongs. If you want to win, typically you want to be forward 35% of the time. Get the lead, keep the lead, and cash the biggest paycheck. We've talked about it all day, Terry. Do we finally get some inside 3 speed? And the answer, once again, is a resounding no.
No, we got that 5-horse has double the speed of the closest to it. Should get that quarter pole first.
Yeah, 8-point early pace edge. It means it's just normal coming out of the gate pace. That 5-horse should be on the lead. Doesn't necessarily need the lead as an EP type. Can pilot, can co-pilot. Terry, everybody else middle back. So get forward. You got a chance. Looks like 1 horse has the best chance of all.
Yeah, the 3
pace today.
3 is going to be very comfortable.
Yes.
92% C zone.
3 also showed some better early pace, better fractions last time out. That's a solid. The 4, I think the 4 horses out of this race, Maximus Angelicus. Yes, that was a late scratch that I didn't get. So we'll take that one out of our mix there, Terry. So with that being said, you're going to have to do it on the fly. What's the best trainer jockey combo?
Yeah, the one's the best jockey, and it appears to me that 5 is the best trainer. And then that's probably the best combination, that 5.
Yeah, all that speed, best jockey trainer combination. 1 is your simulation favorite, also your top total pace, an Irish Bamba. I don't know what a Bamba is, Terry, but I know that the 1 is your top pick.
Yeah. Anyway, I like Irish Bamba. The 1 ran second versus similar in the last race. Rail Post wins at a 17% clip. Has a high percentage winning jockey. Can handle the distance. The 5 ringer card won 3 races out of the last 7 starts. Best start speed is fast among the starters, tied with another horse, and has the high percentage winning trainer jockey. Tempest Rising, the 6 is my 3rd choice. Finishing the money in the last 4 starts. Finishing 3rd in the last race. Best third speed is faster than the average winning speed. And then number 2, Jump the Fox. Likes Parx Racing, been in the money 76% of the time, winning 24% of the starts. Can handle the distance, finishing the money 100% of the time, winning 50% of the starts. No belts for me as I'm out of money.
The 1 horse for me, a Bamba, whatever it is. I know it's Irish, but that Irish Bamba, that horse, simulation favorite, top total pace, top par plus. Number 5, ringer card, pace setter with an 8-point early speed edge. Only yes horse in the field now, so it's the only one that's hit a speed figure of 85 with the 4 scratching. We saw in the opening race, the only horse won, and I didn't have him in my picks because I am what Fred Sanford used to call a big dummy. Number 3, Query, best C-zone by a pretty wide margin. I've seen too many horses with big C-zone edges come home the winner and should be better in the second start after a layoff. Finally, number 6, Tempest Rising, moving up the speed ladder for a highly consistent performer, which takes us to the last race of the day, race number 10. To close out this Monday card, they're going to go 7 furlongs. Profile of the winner, Terry, you probably guessed it, right? Inside 3 speed, that's the way to get it done. We've looked all day long for inside 3 speed. I think we got it once. Can we get it twice?
Well, the 11's all the way on the outside next to the 12. It has all the speed. And then, of course, the inside horse, the 1, also has some speed, but not anywhere near the 1 stat. I mean,
look at how this field's stacked, Terry. It's all stacked in the middle bag. That means if you get to the front, you got a great chance, Terry. And the 9 horse couldn't be a loney. He does show up in here. He does show up down here, too.
Yeah, he has a really nice C-zone at 77%, which is higher than anybody else in.
Maybe a little bit nervous. It's not in my picks, but when I saw it was a no, I'm like, okay. But down here, we ready on that par plus. It is a yes, 521 out of 1,000 times. Our simulation said he should have no problem getting to that 81 speed figure. Maybe the jockey trainer is a little bit of a problem on the 10, well, particularly the jockey, not so much the trainer.
Well, the 4 is the best jockey, and the 10's the best trainer, but I think the 4 is the best trainer-jockey combination.
So look at that 10 horse. We got the zeros for the jockey and then the perfect score for the trainer. One of those got to go, Terry. They both can't be right.
That's great.
10 is a 19-point speed figure edge over everybody else. By golly, that's a lot. Also a 1-to-1 simulation favorite. Also your top total pace favorite, Terry. But I don't think he made your top pick.
No, what, the 10?
He did, yes, he did.
Yeah, We Ready is my top pick. Finished 3rd versus similar in the last race. Has the highest race speed rating. Best third speed as fast as among today's starters. He's tied with another, has a high percentage winning trainer. Then I like 4, Lieutenant Stan, 3rd as a favorite last out, but the trainer wins 32% of the time when bringing a beaten favorite back. Has a high percentage winning jockey. Crypt, the 12, is my 3rd choice finish. Has the highest speed figure at today's distance. Best third speed is fast among today's starters. He's actually tied with the 10. And then number 5, Disturbed, likes Parx Racing, bid in the money 33% of the time, winning 17% of the starts. At today's distance, bid in the money 40% of the time, winning 20% of the starts. No additional bets for me here as I'm completely out of money.
We Ready. Apparently, I wasn't ready with the Terry. The 10's not in your picks, or at least not at the top. I don't know. But nonetheless, We Ready. 19-point speed figure edge, man. Terry, I don't know how much more needs to be said. That one has to regress a lot. It's possible, I suppose, and everybody else has to come up. Number 4, Lieutenant Stan. 3rd start after a layoff. First time at Parx, so I'm not quite sure what to expect. Does show some early pace. Speaking of early pace, Kazation, the 11 horse. This one's dropping 2 lengths in class. That's a big drop. Also, with the 2 horse making a similar drop in class. But that big class drop with all of that early speed, Terry, may be the recipe to stay out on the front. So, yes, horse at a decent price. Why not? Number 7, Awesome for sure. The 6-to-1 morning line. Super consistent horse, which versus this field of horses with a ton of variability, that could be the winning combination. Somehow today I ended up at a $5 exacta box where the 10 made the top of the ticket both times. 10 with the 4, the 5, the 7, and the 11. Here are our full picks for today. In race number 1, the 6-horse one, which was the only yes horse. And somehow I'm a doofus and I left that off of my picks. Then the 1-horse one, race number 2, Terry.
Yep.
Here's how you see the rest of this card. In race number 3, upcoming, I have a 1-horse on my top of my pick. Spoonbill. He's actually taking a lot of action right now. No bets, though. Race number 4 is our next pick 4. I also have 20 to win out of my budget for betting in the bets on the 6-horse. Race number 5 is Terry's best bet of the day. So, hell, maybe do a 6-1 daily double. race number 6, $5 exact key box somehow. I'm in love with 10s today. Race number 6. Well, what guy doesn't love a 10, right? Race number 7, a pick 4 again. Race number 8, nothing. Race number 9, nothing. And again, race number 10, in love with a 10 with a $5 exact key box. Again, Parx tomorrow, Terry. Wednesday will be Tampa Bay. Thursday will be Gulfstream Park. 4 and Friday is yet to be determined. But we do know that Christopher D'Souza in race number 10 likes the 7, the 4, and the 5 in his picks. Not in love with the 10 today for Christopher D'Souza. All right, Terry, that wraps it up for you and me on this Money Monday. What do you got to add at the close?
Well, I want to say I'm very, very pleased the 49ers won yesterday and hope that they do well next week with against Seattle in Seattle. Other than that, just be safe. Give your loved ones a hug and a kiss. Never know what's going to happen. And I'll see you tomorrow at Parx.
Yes, indeed. Kind of happy that obnoxious coach from the Eagles is out of the game, out of the playoffs. I'm sure Philly fans love him. You know, he's probably one of those guys that, you know, you either love him or you hate him. There's nothing in between. But if he's on your team, he's the man. If he's not on your team, he's annoying as hell, right? That kind of guy.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, we certainly hope, much like the 49ers, that you have God's grace, God's blessings, and every single thing you do in your endeavors, Terry, they end up in one place.
That's the winner's circle.
Yes. Make it a blessed Monday. We'll see you tomorrow. Terry Tuesday. Hopefully he makes it 4 in a row.